Peace. Yeah. Think fast. Don't forget to be cautious over the way you talk and the way you word things. Remember, our words are like spells, like spelling words. It is spells. Matter of fact, and they cast spells as say certain things and like what people say things like and it be simple things like say for instance, remember that you are always abundant. So never say things like, oh yeah man, I'm broke. Matter of fact, I always correct whoever say that, no matter who you are. Whenever somebody around me and they say that, I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you're not broke. You got the illusion of being broke because you don't see no physical paper dollars in front of you, so you feel like but no, you're not. And don't say those type of statements. You know what I'm saying? I like ask anybody around that be around me when I'm talking about money. If I don't have no physical dollars present, I'm gonna find the best way to say it in a way that's not depleting the fun. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I don't have them back. Well, kind of like one of them Kevin Hart moves, like, well, the way the universe set up, it's there. I I got the money, but just let it, give it a little second, so to speak, but it's there. But none of us, we're never broke, what I'm saying? We always have abundance. Because think about it like this, you always have abundance by the fact of having the consciousness to think of an idea to make abundance. That's your abundance within itself. It's like just, having it up here. Because just by having it up here, what I'm saying, you could be able to turn it into something that turns into physical revenue. But we definitely want to watch our words, and it's also not being too how can I say, too overly cautious of our words in that manner. Like, let me make sure, like, where you're barely talking, but because also it's all about how serious the using certain words are to you, because we're all different with using certain words. Like some of us like to use the word motivation instead of inspiration, and it may mean something different. Like, now inspiration does mean more of a spiritual thing, but say for instance, if that person in their head tied motivation to something more spiritual than inspiration, then it is what it is. Like, we all have different constructs of how we use words, so that's also a difference. So what may be a good affirmation for me may not be one for you or the next person. So it's also knowing our own subconscious and learning ourselves. Because by doing that, you end up working your own magic. That's the way to do it, is to go with it, the way what works for you, and not just listening to anybody or anything, dealing with it. Matter of fact, brief intermission. Hey, my brethren, you need to lock these up right here. Just had to make sure. But yeah, definitely with our words, you want to be careful, because a lot of people, just like, well, yeah, man, I ain't got no money right now. Man, I don't know if I could make it here. I don't know if I could. And it's like, nah, man, you can make it. Remember, we're trying. Like, remember, because that's the thing of, us getting to the conscious mode, because meditation will have you more mindful of your words. Starts there. And then, what I'm saying, like, you'll get to a point where it's like, oh, wait, before it even come out, you're like, no, we trying to manifest something. And it's also one of them type of things of like, never, in essence, tell the truth of what you physically see. Like, what I'm saying? Like, well, say for instance, I'm not houseless. Like, I have my home, what I'm saying? Like, of course, it is what it is, but, I have a home, what I'm saying? I'm always speak of having a home, you know. Like, and that's the thing, like, you gotta it's almost like one of them fake it till you make it, but you gotta create reality and not just deal with, the one that's around you. You are a creator. You're here to create, you know. You're not here to react or fall victim to the reality that's already going on. You create it. So by watching your words, what I'm saying, I always bring up a good one too, like, Brethrens, in the hood, like, oh man, it's gonna always be bad. Oh man, the only way to do it is to sell drugs, this and that. And it's like, well, I mean, now that you're saying that, you're creating that reality for yourself. So that will be your reality. Matter of fact, kind of like how the video I talked about, like, well, you make your own reality in that essence too. But it's all about the word magic. A matter of fact, that's what the government know and the news media and all that. Cause I tell people, like, they know how the subconscious work. They know about word magic, and these people hiring nothing but people who really study psychology and sociology, so they know, what I'm saying. So not only they know that aspect, but then you got esoteric occultists that know of word magic, so you know that they use that type of stuff dealing with the news to program your subconscious. So with all that being said, you got to do your own programming, and you got to, like, basically through affirmations, meditation, get your subconscious into a new habit of thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, rewire, do some, matter of fact, neuroplasticity, is where, you're connecting some different new pathways, within the brain. And it starts there, and then, by the time you keep building up the repetition, then you're gonna automatically be thinking thoughts that's positive and saying things that, where when you go to spend your last dollar, instantly you're gonna be like, well, I know I'm abundance, so I know I ain't broke, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is good, and you'll be affirming more, but also being cautious of your words. And again, being cautious of your words, but not being over, because notice how, like, again, like, as soulful beings, we're supposed to have that childlike nature, and like how a kid will probably say something where you could view it as like, like, where if you said it, you would feel like some kind of way, but that kid, like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna feel just like that for that kid, it's like those words, like, I'm trying to think of a little phrase that a kid could say that doesn't, like, clown around, like, mommy, I ain't broke, and this and that, and clown around with it, like, or whatever the case may be. Is different because they got the playful, you know what I'm saying? Or, and if you are an adult and you have that manner of playing, because it do have intention behind. But nah, is it to say I would sit there and clown and just keep saying it repetitiously, what I'm saying, back to back? I probably wouldn't play with it that much, but it is to each his own, again, you know what I'm saying. And it's all on how our subconscious feels about using certain words and what works for us. But you definitely want to be careful of the words, like, oh man, well, kind of struggling right now, man, trying to, man, no, you're not struggling, you're doing good, and that's what we've been programmed to do. And you see another way how you program to have to, to face reality. No, like, you doing good, or you could be doing better once you start speaking on it and acting upon it, you know what I'm saying? Like, but all that, well, I had a, and say for instance now, because I just caught this, like, speaking the real in the essence of, well, and then that's knowing how to speak, because some people like, oh, I had a bad day. But I tell people, nah, you didn't have a bad day. You might have had a few little things that might have ruffled your feathers today. But, for the most part, I'm pretty sure you're having a great day. I was like, I always tell people on the first day, I'm like, you're standing in front of me, you're not coughing and, sniffling. So, seem like your immune system running pretty nicely. Let me see, move your legs, you don't seem like you have gout or nothing, you good. Like, just counting out all the little things. As a matter of fact, I start making them laugh by doing that, because, you start to see, like, all right, yeah, I get it. I don't really have nothing to, like, for the most part, you're trained to throw a pity party for yourself, and that's where, that slippage in what you're saying, like, oh, well, I'm broke, or, oh man, it's gonna be hard to become an entrepreneur. It's gonna be hard to start this business. Or it's gonna be like, well, guess what? You just made it hard by saying it. You know, like, you don't have to keep it real about reality in that essence. Especially put it like this, not no more. And then you see, that's where again the meditation and the growth come in of once you start spiritually liberating yourself. Because part of that is you care about what people think. You're like thinking like, man, but they gonna think I'm crazy if I'm affirming I have something that I don't have already, because you worried about what they gonna think. And that, again, that's one of those things that hinders your spiritual growth as a whole, is worrying about what people think. Because on all levels, it's gonna stop your growth, because you're not being yourself, or you're not doing what you gotta do because you're worried about what people think. And I tell people, good luck with that hellhole, because I mean, like, just think, if you had to worry about whatever. I tell everybody, man, you could save a whole family of 10 people from a burning building. And somebody gonna talk about how your shoes was untied when you did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna talk about the warrant for speeding that you got last? Like, somebody's gonna find some type of way, you know what I'm saying? So just be yourself, do you. But that's also what has to do with a lot of people, like, kind of feeling awkward. And then again, your own subconscious construct of thinking, well, like, well, damn, it just feels crazy or stupid to say that I have something that I don't see. You know, it's like, nah, that's not how it's working. Now you see how all the subconscious programming that they've been doing to us, on the educational level and the governmental level, it's been programming you to stay hindered, you know what I'm saying, to hinder your spiritual growth. If you still don't see it yet, because it's one of them situations where, I'm going to just speak from here on my YouTube channel, but I'm not going to say, hey, man, you got to, like, I mean, yes, we should wake up, and yeah, but, you got to experience it for yourself, Just hopefully you don't have to realize it whenever we all on the other side living good. And that last minute, like, you caught up in the bull crap because you didn't catch it, you didn't wake up fast enough or in time, you know what I'm saying? And you looking at us with them puppy dog eyes like, can y'all please come save me? And we like on our Harriet Tubman stuff. Like the way this works, you know what I'm saying? We told you a long time ago. You kind of reap what you sow, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to risk myself going back in the mud when I've been told you how to help yourself and how to, get yourself out of that, that slave master's house, so to speak, since I'm drawing a parallel with Harriet Tubman, like, been grabbing people and taking them, grabbing, and while we taking people and helping them get to this newer place and helping them, and you never question or ask or try to come. That's, and then now when you're, in chains, and that goes back again to faith, faith, like, since you don't have faith in anything, it's like, all right, I gotta see it, so since you gotta see it, you'll be stuck in a bad situation because you didn't have the faith, you know what I'm saying, to say, hey, well, my heart telling me that Harriet Tubman going in the right direction, so let me follow, to hell, it gotta be possibly better than this, you know what I'm saying, so why not follow Harriet? You know what I'm saying, why not go with Harriet? But, again, just the way you word things, we don't forget about, saying negative things or holding yourself back with your words. Just always be cautious of how you word things, and don't tell it like it is. Tell it how you want it to be. That's what we doing. Tell it how you want it to be. You have abundance. Matter of fact, I got on my vision board, I got $1,002,057.30 in one of my Chase bank accounts. I say that affirmation. Like, and what's funny, on my vision board, that's why I got it, like that exact amount, because I went on Google and found a Chase receipt, you know what I'm saying, for $1,002,057.30. I'm like, all right, vision board, it's and that's also too with the vision boards, whatever, because we're all different on how we on what really, really helps us to manifest things, Some of us manifest real good with which all of it works together. So when I say just certain ones, it's just some of us may be better manifestors with certain things. Like some of us better with a vision board with just visions. Some of us are better like with affirmations, where when we say our affirmations, we really feel it. Some of us, go just off of emotions, where in essence, like emotions would mix into honestly with both visionary and affirmations. Because when you say affirmation, are you looking at a vision board? You're gonna feel the emotion of, what you're looking at or what you're saying. That's the object of it too, because that's what helps it to really manifest is you feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like me feeling like I done made it already. And me feeling like all right, here I'm gonna tip $5. I might have $10 in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like in the I ain't even say quote unquote. I might have 10 physical dollars in my pocket, but I'm about to tip like like I'm a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Because I am one. That's what you gotta. You gotta be in that mind frame of it. And again, with the meditation and clearing the mind and matter of fact and liberating yourself from your ego. So, and you'll realize like the more you meditate, the more you liberate yourself from your ego. Like you'll surprise yourself at how much you'll grow away from your ego, where you'll be like, I really don't care what people think anymore. Like damn, like you know what I'm saying? Like I never thought it would feel this like, liberating, but it does. Like, like you don't like as you grow with it, it's like cause too you realize like in what is my existence if I'm scared to be who I'm truly, who I'm truly here to be. What is my existence if I'm like scared because somebody gonna think something of me? You know what I'm saying? Like you won't be able to. The reason why a lot of people don't create their YouTube channels or what's funny like people sit just waiting and sit on the side being scared in essence and I tell everybody you gotta not care what people think, you just gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because people gonna talk regardless. Because one of the things for me, what I always keep in perspective, most of the people who criticize my videos or all that or comment in a negative or derogatory way, they don't have a YouTube channel that's more, you know what I'm saying? Like I could see if Infinite Waters or somebody, like one of the brethrens, UGR or whoever, out there, you know what I'm saying, just to name a few that come straight to mind, Gano, whoever would like, down talking, then I would, and say for instance, cause I keep it real, cause I uh use my ego, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes if certain things come at me, it'll kind of like, so say for instance, if I was to get a critical thing from one of them, I probably like for a second, like, be thrown off, then I catch myself. But, I at least consider it, if it's coming from somebody. But when it's somebody who's, not in that position, it's like, why would I even, I had to realize. Because that's another thing with, making a YouTube channel, stepping forward on any level, It's like, again, worried about what people think. And I had to catch myself. And of course, I done had comments that done kind of like moved me where I'm like, damn, that got me. That stung a little bit, you know? But I automatically just hurry up and caught myself. I'm like, keep it moving, and that's the thing, just not caring what people think about and moving forward. So when you're doing these affirmations and you saying you got something that other people may not see, or you feeling positive, like say for instance, like another thing, like where I'm so happy and positive, but other people who think a house situation is supposed to be what it is in their mind. So like, how could I be happy or what? Like you got something gotta like you sure you good? Like yes, I'm not you, and I'm not, you know, it's, my life is not through the vision of your eyes, but through mine, through my consciousness. So what your idea of transitioning through houselessness and what it really is for me is two different things. And that's where staying in our own lanes in general, just makes so much more sense to just worry about our own workings. But again, it's in fact, I'm glad I'm back to where I'm doing. I did a thing fast, and now it's like 20 minutes. It was supposed to be a quick video, but that's a good thing. It means I'm back on point. But yeah, it's definitely blessed. In fact, don't forget to take advantage of that full moon Jupiter energy. Got that tiger's eye, green aventurine. Got some jet, benzoic site. What else? Jade. Oh, it got some jade too this time, but definitely cause matter of fact, and I'm gonna leave on that note, dealing with affirmations like right now, full moon. Affirming things is very important. Visualizing is very important. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, just being in the mode of focusing on what your sole purpose and what you're trying to manifest. And also, when these full moons and all this come, I'd also feeling like how can I say, like you're not, because some people may feel like, well, if I don't get this strong enough feeling or if things don't manifest that much off of this full moon, maybe I'm doing something. Nah, like it's working, and that's what the full moons and the new moons just keep cycling through is a growth. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you don't push forward with this full moon, start working on it and try to make it a thing to push forward with the next one. And then, let me not say push forward, to move forward with. Come the next full moon. But it's all about abundance and expansion right now, so definitely you want to deal with that energy. Make sure them affirmations is moving in a positive direction and not hindering you. Make sure you're not saying, well, man, I got all these bills to pay and all that. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what too, well, what feeling the need to have to talk to people about your business, like that's what, matter of fact, I'm glad I thought about that, because that's what holding conversations, and I got an older video about that, where holding conversations with people could also be detrimental, especially when you small talking, like, and not building. Like, all right, we building and really building on something cool, but then like, well, Corey, what's your next move, where you stay at, and it's like, man, I'm being like, I cut all that out. Like, I'm just being like, because I don't have to answer whoever it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, only person I may still feel the need to answer like that is my earthly mother in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? The soul that plays the role of my mom in this lifetime is the only person I allow to have that, that much how could I say so, or whatever, where I feel like, all right, I should answer to her. But like, nah, like, and that's the thing, like, it's because even my mom, I don't have to answer to her at all time, because all the time, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing, you are your own being. But like all that again, with people asking you these questions, and then you like, and then again, the way society's set up, you feeling like you got to keep it real. So now you're in a conversation where, if you find yourself, well, yeah, man, I'm sleeping on the ground and this and that and that, and it's like, now you spilling on yourself because you felt the need to, you know what I'm saying? Because even with me just making that example, it just was like back out of that example. Like, that's how much, you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, to each his own, because that's how I felt, you know what I'm saying, with it. You may not feel, and which is not that serious. I could make the example, but I did feel it in the same sense. But where you feeling the need to have to talk about things that's detrimental to to your growth, in essence, messing with your affirmations. So just be careful of the words you want to, matter of fact, and it's all about I am. You don't really want to show possession, in the essence of, it's not my life, it's life, or I am life. you know I am abundance, I am prosperity, I am gratitude, I am eternally appreciative for everything I am. Now, of course, sometimes I still say I have, but I also like to clean up what I am. Now, some things will sound funny with I am, and it sound better to say I have. Again, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But I think one of mine is let's see, I am health, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am prosperity, I am gratitude, I am eternally grateful for all the abundance that I am. That's one of let's see. I am financial abundance. I am spiritual abundance. I am a money magnet. Money is energy. I am energy. Money flows through me, in and out. Let's see, 'cause that's another thing too, like with abundance, like the flow of it. You know what I'm saying? What you putting out is what's coming back to you. You know what I'm saying? If you tight on it, and it get tight on you on the other end. You know, it's all on a balance. And it doesn't mean too, and it's righteously given. It ain't like, all right, let me give out this money. It's just in the strength of it coming back to me. Because then, you got to be giving it and putting it out because you're either spending money for the love of yourself or others. You know what I'm saying? On some manner of that, something righteous or positive on that in that light. But it got to be like, something authentic in that sense. But I forgot what I was gonna. Was I talking about money? Man, I was talking about affirmations. Yeah, But I am. I am unconditional love. I am presence. I am being. I am divinity. I am Christ consciousness. That's I am. Though. That's what you want to deal with. But again, that's basically it. Just wanted to touch on that basis with y'all. Cause getting a lot of people, I've been finding myself having to correct a lot of people in there, and even watching myself with certain words. I'm like, oh man, say that better. I'll have it to correct myself in the moment. Like, oh wait, hold on, I ain't mean to say that like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause words, the words is the spells. Like the witches casting the spells and the words. That's why it's like abracadabra. That's why they got a little saying with the word, abracadabra. I say it and it shall manifest, and that's tied to magic. Like your words, word magic. Fact. It's a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive. Beautiful time. But peace. This is a quick think fast, huh? I'ma still put it. I got you. I don't know. I might not put it on the think fast. We're gonna see how I'm feeling. That's another thing too. Not letting my ego. I realize how much my ego just try to put its foot in my mouth, and it's like, just stop talking about it. Just do. Just be. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now. Right now, I'm about to do 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 do. Peace.